Welcome to the Elevate Podcast. My name is Chris Rodriguez, and I'm a business coach, digital marketing expert, serial entrepreneur, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. In this podcast, you're going to learn actionable marketing strategies, business systems, and mindset development so you can truly become an elevated and empowered entrepreneur. I hope you enjoy and subscribe. Hey guys, Chris here, and welcome back to another episode of the Elevate Podcast. And on today's episode, I want to talk about the 3 biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make in their business. After working with thousands of entrepreneurs over the years through consulting and with our agency, there seems to be a very clear pattern that I've seen in regards to entrepreneurs who are able to scale fast and accomplish their goals and those that don't. And I made these exact mistakes with my very first business back in 2012, but learned from these and made sure not to make them with my next businesses. So let's get right to the brass tacks. Mistake number 1 is they don't hire fast enough. The most common misconception in regards to hiring is that entrepreneurs think that I'll hire when I have more money. Well, you actually hire so that they can make you more money. Every single time that I've hired in my companies have grown. And with my latest venture, in under 2 years, we're at a $1 million run rate. And in the last year, even during a pandemic, we've hired 5 brand new team members. Now, I think the biggest kind of light switch that's got to go off in your head is understanding that if you hire, more than likely that's going to remove income from yourself, but it really only does that on a monthly basis. So on a monthly basis, right when you hire, you might personally make less or the company might profit less, but on an annual basis, you should make more. And if you can wrap your head around that, then it obviously makes sense to hire right when you initially can. And one thing that I've learned is that in the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey, your biggest asset is your time and your grind, right? I know when I was first getting started, I would wear my hustle and my grind as a badge of honor, right? I'd brag about working 18-hour days. Well, there's only 24 hours in a day. So that time and that grind can really only be, leverage to a certain period. And then your biggest asset becomes your team members. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see entrepreneurs make in their business is they just don't hire fast enough. The second big mistake that I see entrepreneurs make is that they don't reinvest their profits back into their business. So many times when the company is actually starting to make money, owners will start pulling a draw for themselves. And more than likely, it's because you probably weren't paying yourself very much in the beginning. So when you start seeing those profits, you get excited and you want to pull them out. I think this is a huge mistake. I think that entrepreneurs who are able to scale quickly reinvest their profits back into marketing and back into hiring as kind of like a barometer, a minimum of 10% of your gross revenue, if you're doing B2C, needs to go to marketing. And that's really just to kind of remain steady. It's really more just, to combat attrition that we all deal with. If you are looking for a growth budget, then you need to be looking at least 12 to 15% of your gross revenue going into marketing. But, I think a good example of some mistakes that entrepreneurs made when COVID hit is that they obviously were worried about losing customers and clients. So they started looking at the line items on their budget and they started cutting everywhere that they could. And one of the lines that got cut was marketing. And the only way for you to bring on new customers and clients is to have a marketing budget. And I think this was a big mistake that a lot of businesses made. It was more of a knee-jerk reaction. And, I get it. Like, it was first pandemic I've ever been through. I don't know about you. So, that knee-jerk reaction made sense, but many entrepreneurs realized quickly that, hey, we're not marketing. There's no way for us to, just survive off of the current clients that haven't canceled yet. We've got to get new people into our business, which means you've got to market. So second biggest mistake entrepreneurs make in their business is they just don't reinvest their profits back into their business. And then the third mistake entrepreneurs make is they don't hire a mentor, or they don't do it soon enough. So I have a mentor for my martial arts business. I have a mentor for my finances. I have a mentor for my agency. I have a mentor for my real estate investments. For every area of your life, you should find a mentor. And even if you have checked off that box, the next step once you find a mentor is that you do what they say, when they say, and how they say to do it. Very often, entrepreneurs will adjust the recipe that their mentor gives them. And if you make adjustments to that recipe, more than likely the results that you get aren't going to be the same. So those are the three biggest mistakes that I see entrepreneurs make in their businesses. Number one, they don't hire fast enough. Number two, they don't reinvest their profits back into their business. And number three, they don't hire a mentor. I hope you found some value out of this podcast. This is Chris Rodriguez, and I hope you make it a great day.